Well, Jim, let's get some questions in here, and
It's your show. Go ahead.
A very popular topic that has been sent in by many people over the last few days. I'll ask one for everyone. This was sent by Graham Schweikert in Chesterton, Indiana. I had to pick this one of all the ones from all these people. But anyway.
You couldn't pick John Jones from Smithville.
From Graham Schweikert, in Chesterton, Indiana.
Yeah, is it Graham Chester in Schweikerton? Okay, we're back, folks. We took a brief moment to compose ourselves. You'll never know about it through the miracle of editing, because we realized in the middle of our frivolousness that this was going to be a serious question, and we had to somewhat compose ourselves so that we could give this some measure of the respect that it deserves. How about that?
That sounded pretty good. And again, this question from Graham Schweikert in Chesterton, Indiana.
Stop it. We're going to call this Questioner X.
Questioner
X from somewhere asked the following.
Hi, Jim. I was wondering your thoughts on the news lately regarding Steve Mongo McMichael and his recent diagnosis with ALS. Any stories and or memories would be appreciated.
You know, actually, the sad thing is, I don't remember ever even meeting Steve McMichael. I'm trying to think of any fan fest that he would have. Did he ever even do fan fest, or one that I was at? I don't recall. I'd hate for somebody to say, oh, well, he was there at such and such, but I really legitimately don't remember that I ever met him. He only wrestled for WCW at a time where I was obviously working for the competition. I mean, he's taken a lot of heat for his less than graceful wrestling style, and that was a whole Twitter thing for a while there. But to get over like he did with Ric Flair, you got to be, as Mama Cornette used to say, one heck of a character. Flair loves him, and that's probably honestly why he became a horseman, because his name value. He was a all-star football player, and so, Flair, that's the kind of guy that would have been in the Horsemen. And if he'd have come along in the time of the Horsemen in the Crockett days, maybe they would have had time to polish him up a little bit more. But he seems like he's taken it with a sense of humor. And, every time he always was a heck of a personality. And you could see that personality-wise, he kind of fit in wrestling, even if he wasn't the smoothest in the ring. So, I hate to hear that, because for all accounts, he's a heck of a guy, but I don't know that much about ALS. I mean, Lou Gehrig's disease, but Lou Gehrig was a baseball player. Is this a neurological thing? Is it related to football or concussions, or just something that can strike and you don't really know until it's over?
Well, it could be. I think he said in one of the video interviews I saw that, he's well past his career. He's in his 60s, I think.
Yeah.
Lou Gehrig was in the middle of his career. He was in his 30s when it happened, so it's hard to predict. Lou Gehrig did have a lot of concussions, they say, from playing football in college.
I did not know that.
But, we really don't know where it would have stemmed from with Steve McMichael.
But, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, once again, at a time like this, you hate to criticize his in-ring performance, but at the same time, he was an athlete that came from another sport that respected the business, and he wasn't out there doing anything foolish. He was trying to do all that stuff that he saw everybody else doing. So, I don't recall anything that would be anything he ever said or did that would be disrespectful of or, knocking the business. Do you?
No, it seemed like he took it really seriously, and
yeah.
You brought up him fitting in with the Horsemen. I think a lot of people look at the Four Horsemen at their peak and say, oh my God, Flair, Tully, Arn, Barry, best in-ring workers in the business. With apologies to the Midnight Express. Mongo didn't fit in with that, but the other criteria to be a horseman is to be able to party with Flair all night. And he could hang with anyone with that.
And actually the promos and just the being a over-the-top personality, yeah, that was Horseman-like. It's just that, but that was the era where they were taking some of those guys and just, whether they be pro football players or Mark Henry was, an Olympic athlete. So the very first match he ever has is on worldwide pay-per-view. It wasn't fair to a lot of those guys. They might have been, a little bit better had they had training. But then again, in McMichael's case, he had already had his football career and was getting probably a little old to start learning something else from scratch.
He did commentary, if you remember, before the Lawrence Taylor match at WrestleMania 11. Mongo did commentary on Raw, and then like all the two sides, the DiBiase Bigelow side and the Lawrence Taylor side, all got into a fight. But he was really good. That's why when they announced him for Nitro, before anyone heard it, people were saying, oh, this could be interesting. He was good on Raw.
I had completely forgotten that he was on Raw. So there you have it. You have an amazing grasp of facts and trivia.
He introduced Deborah McMichael into the business.
Hey, we're going to keep this positive about Steve, okay?
Okay.
No, but we wish him the best.